Alright, so today I'm going to demonstrate this game. The idea is you have a 4x4 square game board, kind of like checkers or whatnot. And then you have black pieces right here, and they're all made out of wood. And then you've got, I guess, white pieces right here. So you've got two different types. You've got small ones and big ones. You have let's see, it's going to be easier to show you on these ones here. You have square ends and kind of rounded off ends, which would be circles. So the idea of the game is you need to connect four of the same type in a row. So you're like connect four or tic-tac-toe. The trick of this game though is that you don't get to pick your piece. So what you do is you pick the piece that your opponent's gonna get to play. So for instance, I'm gonna try to do a simulated two-player game. So I'm gonna play each player. So as the first player would go, he would be like, okay, you're going to play that piece. This is the piece that you get to play. So I would take this piece here, and it is a square with a hole in it. So I put it here, just anywhere, for instance. And then, okay, so then the next person would go, and he'd be like, okay, I'll give you that one to play. Okay, so then the next person, that person would take their piece, and they'd be able to put it on the board wherever you want. But you got to see here, these two are both white pieces, and they're both short, and they both have holes in the top. So I don't want to give the next person 3 or 4 of these. So I'm going to give them a black one without a hole in it. So that would be the one that they get to play. So then they can pick this and they can play it here, which blocks the view of that one, but I'll just put it there for right now. Okay, so I played to pick there. Now the next person goes, and you just switch back and forth, but you have to give the other person their piece. So this is a round, no hole. So I'll put it right there. Now, the next person will give the piece, and then say they want to give this one here, which ends up being a short one with no hole. So they have the option now to play it here. And now is where it starts getting tricky. So I can't give this person a short piece anymore, because if I give them, or a white piece. So right now, the only pieces that don't make a line would be a tall black piece. So I only have these 3 that I would want to give them right now, because if I gave them this one here, which was a black small, they could play it in this spot, and it'd be all 3 or all 4 small pieces. So I don't want to give them that one. If I gave them any of these the white ones here, they could play them here, and there would be 4 whites. So that tells me that I can't play any of those, and I can't play any of these. So I have to go for one of these ones here. So I'm going to give them this one, and that's going to be a no hole one. So what I can do right now is I can block off this. So by playing this at the end, it makes it so they can't get a line here anymore. So that blocks off that. So now that opens up all these other pieces back on the board of what you can play. So I'm going to give the next person is going to get this piece, which they're going to play here. Now, which comes into that same factor again. which actually, so now the only thing that they can play is a rounded one, and not a short one, because all three of these are short. So you can't play a piece. You can't give them a piece that's a short piece, because they'll be able to match it up there. And you can't give them a square one. Like if I gave them this square one right here, they could put it right here, and they would have 4 squares across the top. So the only option is to give them a tall, round one. And as of that, there's only 3 pieces that match that criteria. So I'm going to give them this one right here, which is a round, solid one there. So that they're going to put that there to block, again, to block this from getting a match across there. So now you have to pick again, and you're back open to playing any piece. This might end up being a stalemate because I don't see a whole lot of options. So okay, so like say I give them this one here, which has no holes, and play it there. And now that comes into a factor that let's say, okay, let's just end this game so that way I can give you a demonstration. So this one here, say he gives me this piece. I take this piece and I play it here. Now if you see, I just won because all 4 of these do not have holes in the top of them. So they are not the same color. They're not all square, but none of them have holes. So that right there is a winning section. So that would be a win, and then you would just take them off and you would start over again. But any number of sections, like you can do that right there. All 4 of these have holes in them. It could be diagonal. It doesn't matter. Either way, they all got holes in them, so that would be a win. Now, it doesn't always matter about the holes. You can have this, 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 and this, and that would be a win because all of them are square. So that would be the same type of procedure as it would be if you had that, that, and that, which is actually a double win because, well, you don't get any more points for it, but they all 4 have holes in the top and they all 4 are round. So that's another way you can, you could win in a couple different ways in the same match. Like if you just happen to have all black, but then they also all are circles, so you would win on that one too. So this is just kind of a demonstration of this game, and it's pretty cool. I actually made all the wood pieces out of 1x1 squares. I cut a line around the bottom of them, so that way you knew which was the bottom, so that way you could distinguish it between the round top, and so that way they all got a line that is around the bottom of here, so you know which way they go in orientation on the board. But yeah, that is basically this game. It's really fun. I mean, it's a 2-player game. You could probably think of different ways to play and different little tricks to it. But yeah, so I just wanted to make this video, and thank you for watching.